welcome to yet another exciting edition of My.na Cars with me, your host, Diana Master. On today's episode, we take a trip to the Tony Ruster racetrack where the ovals took place, and later on in the show, we're going to be talking about the spin event that took place in Keetmanshoop, and I actually get to interview the organizers. Stick around, I will be back with the interview right after this break.
Yes. I think I like it.
Now I am here with Michael Rust, and he just won the race. So how was that?
Oh, it was brilliant. It was brilliant. The big competitors had a bit of an issue. It's the first race since last year, so you know the cars stand and brake, strange enough. So they'll be back just now.
They'll be back just now.
They'll be back.
Okay, just bring us back. Let's talk about how long you've been racing.
I've been racing for 32 years.
Oh my
I actually
goodness.
started when I was 17.
Wow.
I got a invitation call. It was actually a training car, a learner's car from Lucas Ipondoka, and he put me on the racetrack just after I turned 17.
And you've been racing ever since?
I've been racing ever since.
So you love it?
One or other form. Yeah, I love it. I love it.
Okay, what makes your car stand out? I saw you racing, and I have to say, you were just flying by. I could barely see you.
It's actually, well, probably reliability, as we saw now. It's actually very close to standard car. There's not a lot different. The engine and the turbo and everything is standard, but it is a 4-cylinder 2-liter turbo motor that we just put together and race with it.
And you race with it and you go with it. And talk to me about, I know you said it's pretty standard, but did you make any modifications to your car?
Look, engine-wise it's basically standard, but the differential's been changed for traction through the corners. The suspension has changed, and obviously we drive on either semi-slick tires or slick tires. So around it, yes. And then obviously we have to do the safety, which is the roll cage and the safety belts and the harness and everything. So we do all of that. Okay,
and what would you say is the most difficult part about racing?
Starting. Starting up. You know, we try to do a production class, which is difficult because motorsport is dangerous. So you're driving with a standard car with no roll cage or safety, and it does become an issue. But we do have days, open days, where you can come drive around the track and see if you want to do it, because it's expensive to start. To maintain it is not that bad, but to start is expensive. So we try to do that because you're not going to spend a lot of money on something that you've never done before. So we do have open days, we do practice a bit. So.
And what do I need to start racing? Like I know you said you have open days, but do I need a special license?
Yes, well, obviously we now have changed it to when you're 17 years old, you're allowed to race. If you have previous go-karting experience, so you can actually from 16 years on apply for a license to race. There's nothing else specific about it. Yeah, you need to come drive around the track. The COC will actually check how you drive and all of that, and obviously if you're danger to the road, they'll take you off.
Not you calling me out, because I think I am a danger to the road. All right, but lastly, Michael, I just want to find out, right? You did talk about how it is a dangerous sport. Have you yourself been in any serious accident, or has anything terrible ever happened to you while you're racing?
Actually, with standard cars in town driving in traffic, a lot worse than We've had our offs. We've had our offs. I went off in the dip last year. Beginning of last year, we had quite a major crash. Had to rebuild the car. But besides that, we've had a few crashes. Yeah, it happens, and then obviously you see the safety works out. I mean, we had a car come off here at more than 200 kilometers an hour.
Oh my goodness.
And he hit the tire barrier at the bottom there, and luckily the guy obviously went for observation and so on, had a bit of a concussion, but luckily he's fine.
But he's fine.
So, you know, unfortunately a lot of people say it's a lot of money that you have to spend to do all the safety specifications, but once you've got it and once you've been in that position, you'll realize why you've got it.
Why it's important, yeah, exactly.
We'll have to do it like that.
All right, awesome. Awesome. Thank you so much, Michael, for talking to me all about racing. I will definitely take you up on that offer and come do a few laps.
We're trying to do that. Unfortunately, that car was not done on practice, the Motor Blue. So we've got a second seat in one of the race cars where we like to take people like media and so on along every now and then.
Nice.
So
I'll
we'll
definitely, please do call me up.
We'll definitely
I'm definitely looking forward to it, and I can fly around the track like you were doing just a few moments ago.
That's a proper car. This is a Class B car. That's a proper Class A car.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Michael.
Pleasure.
Cool. Stick around. More cars coming up after the break.
Sport Wrap is a daily show focusing on all sport news and current affairs. If you would like to feature your brand or campaign on this platform, contact sportwrap@synergy.com.ma.
Calling all drivers to the track. Drivers, you have about 15 minutes until heat 2. As you can see, I am here, I am geared up, and I am actually an official. No, I'm not. But we're here today at the Circuit Racing Leg 1, and I'm here with the organizer. Hi, Richard. Thank you so much for joining me.
It's a big pleasure. Thanks for being here.
It's so fun, I have to say. All I could hear was woo, woo, and I could just smell tires burning.
No, then I'm very happy that you're enjoying it. This is an awesome day. We are out here. It's quite hot today, but I still think the guys are doing great in their cars. Unfortunately, we've lost one of the cars, which was also the pole setter for the day. But still, I think the racing was awesome for it one, and I think the rest of the day is going to be good.
Awesome. So let's talk about the event, right? Let's talk about why you decided to start this event.
Okay, so this forms part of our national racing series. So naturally, we do 8 events during the year, and amongst that, the guys accumulate as many points as possible, and then towards the end of the year, the national champion is crowned. So this is leg 1.
Okay.
Means that we still have quite a bit of time until we reach the end of the season, and that means that towards the end of this year, I think it's going to be quite tight, because already you can see the progress that has been made since last year and where they are now with their cars.
Okay, and when did you start this?
So this is an annual thing. Windhoek Motor Club was actually, or Tony Ras Raceway, was built in 1982.
Okay.
And there was a period in the mid-2000s, or the early 2000s I mean, that there was no racing, but just as soon as that started off again, and from there since we've had racing every year, except for the 2 years that we were restricted because of COVID. And we're actually busy on building again. We did very well just before the COVID period, but during COVID we lost quite a few competitors, also due to the financial restraints or the financial difficulties that COVID caused. And then we're now in a rebuilding phase, and it's looking good.
It's looking good, and I have to say, yes, you are right. It's looking quite good. But I just want to find out, right, about the track itself.
Yeah.
How does one go about maintaining that, making sure that it's on par for the races?
Yeah. So a lot of work goes in before a race, before we can organize a race. We have permanent staff on track that look after the track, but the 2 weeks before an event, a lot of work goes into cleaning the track, making sure that everything is ready, and then obviously to maintain the track. It's a very costly affair, so we depend a lot on sponsorships, as well as the gate fee that we have today. We have it's free entrance for everyone, and we're just trying to give a bit back to our spectators, and also make it worth their while to come and enjoy the day with us.
Awesome. And what have been some of the challenges that you faced with this event?
Yeah, so obviously, like I've mentioned earlier, is that there's a lot of financial strain on a lot of our competitors, so it was difficult to get all the guys to commit to bringing their cars out. We've actually missing quite a few cars still. But these that are here, they've committed, they've worked hard throughout the last couple of 2 months, let me say that, and they have their cars ready. So
And they're
it's
ready
a good
to go.
event. They're ready to go.
Speaking of, we did speak of, the financial constraints and all of that. Do you have sponsors on board to help with that?
Yeah, so for this event we have M&Z Motors on board. They were very generous to sponsor us for this event. They also sponsored the drags that happened last night, and that's also why we were able to say that today the entry is for free, because the costs were covered by M&Z Motors.
Nice, awesome. Thank you so much, Richard, for telling me everything that I need to know about this. I might actually start racing in the next 10 years.
I can't wait, but why wait 10 years if you can do it this year?
I could try. I could try, but I feel like I am a hazard to the other races,
No, don't worry, we'll make a plan.
We'll
Just
make
get
a
yourself
plan.
ready, get yourself a car, and we'll teach you.
Awesome, thank you so much. All right, guys. Unfortunately, I have to run to my other job because races have 10 minutes before they have to be on the track. So I will see you soon. I'm just going to quickly rush and get the drivers ready. Bye.
Chill Sessions is an entertainment show that brings you the latest hit, fashion, and entertainment news. If you would like to feature your brand or campaign on this platform, contact chill at synergy.com.na. Chill Sessions, bringing art and entertainment to the people.
Spinning is a Southern African motorsport that involves driving cars at high speeds in circles, with performers having stunts and doing stunts in and out of the cars. Do you know that Business Insider actually did a report on why spinning is considered the most reckless motorsport? But I think my two guests here would argue otherwise. I'm here in studio with Bibi and Driver, and they're going to be giving me the inside scoop on spinning. Hi, thank you for joining me today.
It was a pleasure.
Thank you. Yeah, it's a pleasure to be here. Yeah.
All right, so of course, I just gave a brief description of what spinning is, but can you give us a more detailed technical description?
I will leave the spinning part to Driver because he's on that technical department. He
knows everything.
Yes,
that we
he's
need
the
to know.
professional there. Yeah.
Spinning like I would love to say, spinning is a celebration of motorsport. Which is what we do. If you watch rally, if you watch Formula One, you watch track racing, a driver would always do a donut, which is as you're spinning, to indicate how happy he or she is when they win, to celebrate. So that's what we do in spinning. We spin. So I call it a huge celebration of motorsport because that is what you do with a car when you win a race. To show that you're excited, you're happy, and that you're number one.
You spin.
Yes, yes, you spin. Yeah, it's a way of celebrating, the partying.
Okay.
Partying with a car.
All right.
Yeah.
So you, Bibi, how did you get into spinning?
I got into spinning around about maybe 20 years ago. I'm not a spinner actually. I'm more in the administration department, organizing. So I met Driver and Most Wanted and Ninja. I met him like in 20 years ago, and I actually fall in love with the sport itself. But I am actually afraid of spinning, to be honest. So I wanted to be part of them, so I started helping them organizing events and helping gaining sponsorships and those. So that's actually how I started becoming part of DRA. When Driver, who is the chairperson of the club, he actually believed in me, so he approached me, and from there on we started registering our club for the Namibia Motorsport Federation, and from there on we just started doing things. So I'm actually the head organizer and the vice chairman of the club. So my department is to make sure that safety is there, wherever we travel, organizing is being done. That's where my department falls in.
Awesome. Okay, so Driver, I mean, Bibi did say that he is terrified of spinning. I would be too. I've seen the stunts. Obviously not everyone can go into the car. What training goes into it? What does one need to be aware of, and how can they get training to actually perform these stunts?
That's a very good question, because We are about to embark on a new project, and this is a spin school. So anybody who's interested in spinning can approach us, and we will educate them and train them how to be safe when spinning and how to do it in a controlled environment.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, so the adverts and all the visual information will be coming out soon on the DRA social media pages.
Okay.
And then you can contact us, and we book you for the next session.
So anyone, even I can just join. Is there an age restriction?
Anyone. There's no age restriction to actually learning how to spin, but to take part in a spinning event or competition is a minimum age requirement of 16.
16 years of age?
Yeah, 16, yeah. But training, you can start well from the age of 10.
Oh, nice. Okay. So I could even, so I guess I started late then. But it's never too late. I mean, pretty soon, I'm a fast learner. I'll pick it up. Soon I'll be performing stunts.
It's never too late to learn. At the past show we had in Keetmanshoop, we had Lux from Cape Town. He's 62 years old and he's still spinning. So
wow.
You can start anytime. You know.
Wow.
There's no age limit.
There's no age limit.
There's no age limit,
Any
yeah.
time is go time.
Any time is the time. Yeah.
Okay, swinging back to the administrative side, of course, we did see that you guys had an event in Keetmans, but how often do you have these events?
We have our events on a yearly basis, annual basis. So we have chosen places that we go on an annual basis, like in Keetmanshoop, for example. We were there last year also, we came back. Our next event is going to take place in Gobabas. We also was there last year. You know, we like to take the spinning outside the capital city, because people like in Keetmans, Gobabas, Katima, Rundu, Tsumeb, you name those small places, they don't have entertainment, and it's difficult for them sometimes to travel to Windhoek, because most events usually takes place in the capital city. So that was the idea of the management, to rather take it around the country. So we're taking to the south, we're taking to the west, east, and also to the north.
So no one is left out?
No one is left out, yeah.
And how many events in a year do you have?
It depends on how many clubs are affiliated with the NMSF, because the NMSF would like to give everybody a fair chance. At this moment, we are only 4 clubs affiliated, and due to that, we can only have like in 5 or 4 events taking place for the whole year.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, but I mean, there is still a lot of technical aspects that go
There
into it.
is definitely. It takes around about, it depends on 2 to 3 months in order for us to prepare ourselves technically to go to the next event, and so it takes time.
Wow.
And it's a lot of effort that we have to put in order to make this event successful.
I can imagine, because you do have people's safety on the line.
You talk about safety. What we usually do when we go to places, we usually go to the schools in order to advise and also to inform them about the safety and the dangers about spinning. So this past weekend, we went to the schools in Keetmanshoop to talk to them about the safety and the dangers about spinning. Due to the fact that we don't want people to go spin on the streets. We want them to join clubs, and under the authorities with the paramedics, with the fire brigade, and with the Namibian police and traffic department, we would like them to do it under the authority, so that we know the safety is, because safety is our first priority.
Definitely, definitely. You heard that. Do not try this at home. You do need to do this in a controlled environment with trained professionals like Driver here. So how long have you been spinning?
Legally, about 13, 14 years. 13,
14 years. And you still want to keep going?
Definitely. I'm actually building 3 cars as we speak.
Wow.
One for Namibia, one for SADC, and one for Europe.
Okay.
Yeah.
So speaking about building the cars, you do this yourself? Or do you have a team to help you?
We produce ourselves. I'm actually own a company, a group of companies that has their own function in the car world.
Okay.
So we have DRCA, which is a company that I recently opened with a partner of mine, and we focus on the building and prepping of the spin cars and of any kind of race car. So yeah, that is one of the initiatives we did, because it became expensive to outsource this. So we do everything in-house now.
Oh, so, nice, okay.
So clients can come to us, and we can even build them a spin car. So besides taking care of maintaining our spin cars, we can also do it for clients out there that want to do it. And we have got DRA as well, that does the events.
Okay.
It's the event company, basically.
So
Yeah.
it's a basically one-stop shop.
It's a one-stop
Everything
shop,
is
yeah.
under one roof. I like that convenience.
Yes, and if the fans come to the DSCA headquarters in Commersdal, you'll be able to take pictures with the famous DRA cars. The spin cars are parked there, and you never know, you might also be able to take pictures with the famous head organizer we call Vin Diesel.
Okay. Oh, I see the resemblance.
And we put on the shades.
I see the resemblance. I like it. I like the nickname.
He went viral this weekend.
Oh.
Over 10,000 views.
Wow. Why did he go viral?
A spectator ran into the pitch while our guest from South Africa was spinning and almost got bumped by a car traveling at 180 km per hour. So BB right here, Vin Diesel ran past the car, almost injuring himself, grabbed the spectator and threw him out of the pitch, and then so
And you say you're afraid of spinning.
so he saved someone's life this weekend. So
Yeah.
that clip went viral.
Yeah, I'm afraid of spinning, but when it comes to
Safety.
I'm also the MC at the events also. So when it comes to events, you know, the adrenaline just ran through you, and
It
you
takes
just,
over.
Yeah, it takes over, and you just
Safety
do
is
what you.
important to him.
Yeah, but
Like you
with
said,
me-
safety is your first
Yeah,
priority.
that is not just mine, but the club's priority, first priority. So actually, it was very close for that person to be killed because the spinner that was inside the car, it was from South Africa. His name is Jabu. He was busy spinning. The person came through the fence with alcohol in his beer in his hand. He came running onto the pit area, and then the spinner wasn't focusing on what's going on around there because he was focusing on what
the
he was
car.
trying to do. So he was trying to do a 360, and the person was standing in the way. Like driver said, between the range of 150 to 180 kilometers per hour, the cars were spinning. So at that moment, I was so afraid because it could have been a very, very bad
Situation and outcome,
Yes,
definitely.
and so at the moment, because the spinner didn't see the person standing, and I was calling him on the mic, Jabu, 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 for him in order to see. And the moment when he looked, he wanted to do it, and when he looked, he just turned around and went straight. So I came to grab the person
spectator,
on the,
pull them out.
and I just threw him out of the spin pit. And I
Well,
was actually kind of
definitely.
very mad that moment because I was screaming at the person, you want to get hurt or you want to
Yes.
die or what,
I
what are
would
you doing here?
understand the emotions that come
Yeah.
with such a
So,
situation.
yeah.
But we will actually, I do want to take a look at that video because wow, that seems like something straight out of an action movie. But thank you so much for joining me today and for telling me all about spin. And I have to say, you will be seeing me there. So you can take me for a ride, obviously at 60 kilometers per hour.
No, unfortunately.
I'll try my best.
Awesome. All right, that is it for this interview. We will take a look at the highlights from the Keetmanshoop spin event, but stick around, more cars coming up after the break. that brings us to the end of yet another exciting episode of My.na Cars. We will be back next week, same time, same place, with more interesting My.na Cars. Until then, it's all my love, all my light, and ciao!